Hello, I'm Sasha of Sasha Makes Cards, and welcome to this month's YouTube hop for Cherry on Top Crafts. Now, the theme for this month's hop is Create with Nature, so I am doing something quite different. It's something I've been wanting to try for a while. I had purchased the jelly plate that I'm using in this video for a project sometime last year, and I just never got to do it. But the theme for this month's hop, Create with Nature, was the perfect time to pull it out. So like I already said, I'm using the gel printing plate. I'm using the 5x7 gel printing plate from Jelly Arts, and I am just creating with nature. So I went outside, got a bunch of leaves, and then I'm using the printing plate and some paint to transfer the designs from the leaves onto paper. Now, this is the first time I ever am using this. I originally got this jelly plate a few months back. My plan was actually to make something very similar in the fall of last year, where I was going to go outside, collect a bunch of fall leaves off the ground, and then use some fall colors to do the same kind of process. However, I never got around to doing it. I collected some leaves, and then by the time I went to use them, they were already dry and I couldn't really use them. And then the weather just started getting bad, and then I just never went out and collected more leaves. So this felt like the perfect time, because then I could go out and just trim some leaves and use them while they were still fresh. So, and with the Create with Nature theme, it was really the perfect excuse to pull out the jelly plate. And this is definitely not going to be the last time I use the jelly plate. I had a lot of fun doing this. I just kind of kept going. I was originally just going to make one card, maybe make a couple prints. However, I ended up making 6 prints, each of which I was kind of experimenting each time. And when the fall comes, I'm definitely going to do this process again, but with fall colors and some other kinds of leaves, because again, I had a lot of fun. So there'll probably be a blog post with that. But anyways, I decided to use the Dina Wakley Media acrylic paints for this. They worked really well. I used 4 different green colors because I decided to keep it kind of summery, match the leaves I picked up. So I used the colors Lime, Fir, Tubular, and Evergreen. Some of the colors definitely got used a bit more than others. Like I think I used the Fir the most and probably used Tubular the least. However, I did end up using them all at some point. Now, I don't know if I've seen a lot of videos of people using these jelly plates. I don't know if there's a way I am supposed to be layering the paints so that you can get different kinds of patterns or the colors really show through. I kind of just put them on the jelly plate and then used the brayer from Jelly Arts as well to roll the colors onto the plate. I would stamp my leaves on. I used the brayer to help make the impression of the leaf, or leave the impression of the leaf on the jelly plate. I know you can just use your hands. This just felt a little easier. I would remove the leaves and then stamp the cardstock onto the jelly plate. Now, this was my first time, so I was kind of just experimenting as I went. I didn't really know what to expect. I didn't think I would get such a nice impression, to be honest. I didn't know what I was expecting. Some of the leaves and some of the foliage I used definitely worked a bit better than others. The leaves I'm using here were my favorite ones to use, the ones that just nice laid flat on the jelly plate. They left the best impressions. I had this small cedar branch that I was really excited to use, but I find it didn't leave them. It didn't show up the best. I think maybe because it didn't lay as flat on the jelly plate. Maybe if I used smaller pieces of the cedar, it would have worked a bit better. So maybe I'll try that just on my own, see how that goes. But overall, it worked surprisingly well. I didn't think it would work as well as it did. One of my last prints that I did, I also just decided to leave the leaves on the jelly plate and then stamp the paper, the cardstock on top, just to see what it would look like. I liked how detailed the leaves were and just how nicely those details transferred to the paper. So in total, I ended up making 6 different prints. I turned 2 of those prints into cards. I kept 2 of them just as prints with small borders trimmed around it. I was going to turn those ones into cards, but I really liked how they looked, so I just decided to keep them as mini art prints for myself. And then 2 of the prints that I made, I didn't really do anything with. I decided I'm just going to save them and use them for a future project. For the 2 that I turned into cards, I stamped very simple sentiments from the Cascading Flowers outline stamp set from Altenew. It's a floral stamp set. It goes with the foliage. I stamped hello and just a note. Kept them as sentiment strips on the card, and I think it looked really nice. Now, the rest of the video is me trimming the prints I made as well as stamping some sentiments, making them into cards. So I just decided to put some music over the rest of it since I've already kind of described the process, and you can enjoy me watching finish up this project.
I don't know if I can find my way out. I'm stuck in a prison of doubt. In this torsion, and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. And nobody is watching at night. The water rising. Need a friend to shake me out again. Need a friend to shake me out again. I don't know if I can find my way out. In this and everything is growing up tight. There's no room to breathe. Fall into the ocean. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. It's coming. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching in. The water is rising over me. The water is rising. I'm reaching out. It's coming. I'm reaching. Water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching. Water is rising. It's coming in. Water is rising over me. I'm reaching out, I'm reaching.
And that is the completed project. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to check out the description for a complete list of all the design team members participating in this month's hop, and to hop along for a chance to win a $25 gift card to shop at a Cherry on Top Crafts. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.